Okay, guys, welcome back to Characters Why I Like Them, as always. And once again, we return back to the Marvel Universe. And I bring you a character that I highly respect. I always try to inform people on who this character is and truly why he really is the Batman of the Marvel Universe. You talk about Moon Knight, Mark Spector being the Batman of the Marvel Universe. No. You talk about Nighthawk. No. This truly is the Batman of the Marvel Universe. And his name is Night Thrasher. And in the beginning, he was first a man known as Dwayne Taylor. And later on, when he died, his younger brother, Danielle, took over the role. But I'll inform you guys on that. So just sit back and relax. Okay, Night Thrasher first appeared in Thor number 411. Okay, he was created by Ton DeFalco and Ron Fritz. And pretty much you can take Batman's origin and Dwayne's origin and you will see practically almost nearly no difference. Okay? And let me explain it to you. Okay. Night Thrasher, his parents were killed right in front of him, just like Bruce's, when he was very young. And from there on, just like Bruce, he wanted to revenge, stop the people that hurt, good people. His parents were rich, just like him, and just like the Waynes. And he started to train his body, mind and body. Trained his body in various martial arts and skills and stuff, pretty much just like Bruce. However, the differences between Bruce and Dwayne is Dwayne almost forgot. He forgot how his parents died because it was so traumatic and the face of their killer. He would later learn that his parents' death was orchestrated. It was a plan. It was orchestrated by a woman known as Ty, and she pretty much was she was the leader of this secret organization that didn't really approve of of what the Taylors were trying to accomplish in for the life of people of New York. So basically, he would pretty much, during the day when he got older, he would run the Taylor Foundation, and by night he trained and patrolled the streets, patrolled the streets of New York, and that was where he would meet up. He also met with two other vigilantes, Silhouette and Midnight's Fire. These three began to they would patrol the streets and try to lessen the gang populations in New York. They were the children of Dwayne's guardian when his parents died. A man known as Andrew Chord became his guardian, and they were the children of him. When later on Dwayne's partnership with Silhouette and Midnight Fire ended because Silhouette got injured. She was paralyzed from the waist down by a bullet. She got shot, and Midnight Fire, her brother, blamed Dwayne and there kind of was drawing like confrontation between each other, and but Silhouette sided with Dwayne. She didn't blame Dwayne for her accident, and that kind of put a distance between her and her brother pretty much became one of Night Thrasher's arch enemies. And that was when the formation pretty much of the New Warriors became kind of clear right there. Dwayne is Night Thrasher is the leader and founder of the New Warriors. The New Warriors, guys, in the beginning of them were pretty much like Young Justice in a way. They kind of were, they were young but experienced teenagers that formed a team under Night Thrasher. He based the team off of kind of like the Fantastic Four. He followed the leadership of a lot of leaders of the time. Reed Richards, Cyclops at the time, people like that. He kind of based them off of, like, for example, Nova was kind of like the Thing, the powerhouse of the team. He recruited Firestar, who was kind of like based off of Human Torch. Marvel Boy, or later on who became Justice, was kind of based part of like the Invisible Woman and people like that. That was the kind of the beginning of the New Warriors, and they were really good because they actually beat their first pretty much battle was they fought a former Herald of Galactus, Terrax, and they pretty much handled themselves pretty well, using pretty much unorthodox teamwork, but they stole the glory. But they pretty much handled themselves. And later on, that's when Speedball and Namorita, Namor's cousin, joined the team. And with those six, they pretty much handled their own. But, however, the glory was kind of stolen by the Avengers. But they pretty much were a pretty much based, great, young team, the New Warriors. And I loved it. I loved the New Warriors back in the days, back in the 90s. And that was the pretty much that was pretty much the beginning of the New Warriors. Night Thrasher would go on to stay with the New Warriors, still lead them, and later on he had retired. He had semi-retired from being Night Thrasher, Dwayne, but staying more active in the Taylor Foundation. He began to search for cures for cancer, and he appeared to have found the cure for cancer, but it wasn't a cure. It was pretty much it appeared to be, he had found out that his biologist was who created the cure actually was using his mutant son to command the cure, so it wasn't really a cure. And that's when Dwayne, it kind of happened. It kind of when the Taylor Foundation started to go on some bad times because of what happened with his biologist, and that's when Marvel turned the New Warriors into almost like a joke, having them be superhero, especially bringing when reality TV shows started to really become big. Marvel decided to put the New Warriors in that category as well, and that's when pretty much we got some bad the bad thing for the New Warriors. Night Thrasher, Dwayne Taylor, died along with Microbe and Namorita and people like that. They died after Nitro blew up Stamford, Connecticut, where they were, and that was the event that started the Civil War. So pretty much, Marvel used the New Warriors as casualties, the first casualties of war, which I hated. I hated that, and I hated that what they did with the New Warriors, and that's what happened between them. What happened with Night Thrasher. But however, as the post-Civil War began, a new team calling themselves the New Warriors appeared, and these New Warriors were pretty much a new team. They were led and recruited by, revealed himself to be Night Thrasher. We all thought that Dwayne Taylor survived the explosion somehow. However, it was revealed that it was his brother, Danielle, who replaced Night Thrasher, and he pretty much used a lot of this new Warriors team was pretty much mutants that were depowered, like Jubilee. She became a character called One Door, Beak, people like that. All those many mutants that lost their pretty much their powers, but he kind of became like a schemer in the way, this Night Thrasher, because not Danielle, because he didn't really believe that his brother was dead, and it kind of hurt him. Okay, so it kind of hurt him in a way. However, he was still cool in a way, and I still liked him for what he was, trying to keep his brother's legacy alive as he ran the Taylor Foundation. Night Thrasher, in terms of his technology, he was skilled. He was a great hand-to-hand combat. He's pretty much had victories over a lot of other hand-to-hand combat, like Punisher and people like that. He was immune, especially Dwayne. Dwayne was immune to telepath probes, so Emma Frost herself couldn't scan his mind. That's how good he was, how he trained his mind so well. He wore lightweight armor, which consisted of Kevlar and people like that, and titanium like Microbe, and bulletproof. It was also bulletproof, fireproof. His armor was impenetrable by knife blades. It included like camouflage, stealth. It also did a lot of things that, his goggles had infrared, and just a lot of stuff that you could think of, what you would think. But it was really cool to see Night Thrasher, and I really enjoyed Night Thrasher over the time, especially with Dwayne, and with his brother Danielle. I still like him. Danielle is still a part of the New Warriors, but he's still a part of. He still uses his brother's legacy to the fullest, and that's a little bit of why I like Night Thrasher, guys. Do your research. If you don't know the character, you'll really get to like him over time. And if you want, check out my tribute to him I did. But other than that, thanks for listening, guys. This is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time once again on Characters, Why I Like Them. Y'all take care.